Hello everyone, this is Kyle from We Take Care of You, and today I'm going to show you how to create your first Power App. Now, the Power App that we're going to create today is for my joinery business. So we've got Kyle's Joinery here, and the reason for this app is that when I'm out on site and I've done a job, I can just simply enter information about that job into a tablet, which will be a Power App form, and then I can save that data into a SharePoint list. Now, to get to the stage, you need to have already set up a SharePoint list, a SharePoint Online site. And if you haven't done that, we've got another video on how to do that. I'll put the link to that video in the description. But for now, this should already be at that stage so you can see your blank list here. Now, what we want to do first is go to Power Apps. So you can get to Power Apps in multiple different ways. You can either enter powerapps.microsoft.com, or you can just click the menu here, and as you can see, we've got Power Apps here. So when we get to the Power Apps page, if you click Create, and then you can create a Canvas app from blank. Select here. Now, what you want to do first is enter the name of the app. So for this, I will call it Kyle's Joinery Jobs. And then for this next option here, you have the option for it to be tablet or phone. Now, these are the two different types of Canvas apps that you can do with Power Apps. This is very important if you select this first, because all the CSS will tailor for that device afterwards. You can actually create apps which will tailor for both tablet and phone, and you need to use responsive CSS for that. So I'll put a link in the description on how to do that with your CSS as well. It can be quite complex at times, but if you implement it properly, it saves you having to do your development twice for two different platforms. You can just have the one app which responds to anything. So for this example, we're going to do a tablet app. Create this. Okay, and now we are in the Power App screen. So as you can see, we've just got a blank screen here. So the first thing what we want to do is add our data source. So we want to add the SharePoint list, which we'll be saving everything in. So if you can go down onto your data source on the left here, and if you can select connectors, and then you can select SharePoint. Now use any of the connections. You might have to set up a new connection. All you need to do is just log in with a username and password, and you should be able to connect to your SharePoint environment. So the site that my list was in was my dev site, and I will click Kyle's Joinery here, and then you select connect. Just move my face back to the bottom. Okay, so there you have it. So there's the data source connected to that SharePoint list. Now, what we want to do next is we just want to insert the fields which are in that SharePoint list. So you can come here, and if you have forms, you can add a new form and have it in edit mode. So if you have it in display mode, you can't enter any text. That's if you want to show records from your list. But for this, we want to be inputting new records and saving them into the list. So we want to have an edit form. They're the two different mode types for the form. So as you can see here, here's the form. It's not connected to anything. If you click on the right here with the data source, and then you can connect to your SharePoint list there. So there's Kyle's Joinery. Now, as you can see, that's added my form there. I'm just going to resize a couple of things. So another thing that's quite interesting is that you have attachments. So I'm going to leave attachments into this list, because when I've got the tablet and I'm out on site, I can take pictures with the tablet, and then I can attach those images to the form as well. Let's make some changes there. Okay, so next what we want to do is just want to insert an image to show the logo for my joinery business. So again, in the properties of the image we've just added, you can select add an image file, and I've already got some images taken. So if we come to Kyle's Joinery, here's some images from a job that I did earlier. So here's our logo here, Kyle's Joiners. And there you go. There's a nice picture of me hard at work for my joinery business. So next, what we want to do is add a button. So this button is when we have completed all the fields. Once all the fields have been filled in with the job, we can click submit, and then that will post all of the data and save it into the SharePoint list. So while I've highlighted the button, I'm just going to change the text to say submit. And then again, if you want to change this back to the on select, we need to change this to submit form. You can see it there. And then we'll just reference form 1, which is the form that I first inserted. So you can see the name of that along the left side here from your tree view, form 1. So I just do submit form 1. And what I'm also going to do is if you add your semicolon, so that ends that command, and then the new line, if you do a new form also, and then again form 1, what this does is it will make the form to a blank form again, so it'll get rid of the data once you've submitted it. So now we have our Canvas app. What you do is you complete the fields, you select submit, that will submit the data into the SharePoint list, and then that will clear the form to show a new form again. So let's see this in the work. So if I just run to play this now, sorry, one other thing. So what we want to do is on the app start, we want to also run the new form. So when the app loads on any device, we want this command to run, so it sets up the form to be new. So I'm just going to put new form again in the app on start, so you can get to that by selecting this here, app on start, form 1. And now if I run the on start, when I select play to run it again, there you can see, so there's the form ready to be entered. So this is it. This is the basic form done. What I will do is I will just add a customer's information here for the job that I did. So we will just, for the customer name, guess John Bates. The job location was in Melbourne. The job type is a garden extension. The owner completing job was myself. So the price that I charged for this job was just 500 Australian dollars, and the supplies that I needed was just wood. And then for the address, we'll just guess this to be Camberwell Road. Okay, so then as I said as well, I wanted to upload attachments to this. So these are images that I could have taken with the tablet itself. So I'm just going to upload both of these. So there's me drilling the garden extension. And I'll attach another image. There is me sawing some wood for the garden extension. Okay, so now that the form is ready, I'll click submit. So as you can see, it's submitting the data back to our SharePoint list. It's still taking some time. And there you go. So now it's back to the start. The submit button has came back and all the fields have been empty. So that's when our new form had run. So if I just now go back to the SharePoint list and refresh the page, you should see that data has been added. So there you go. So there's the form that I've just submitted from my Power App. You can see the price. And as well, if I just open this up, there you can see the 2 attachments as well. So if I select here, there you can see me drilling the garden extension. And there you can see me sawing the wood. Okay, so that is a quick video to show you how you can build your first Power App connected to a SharePoint list. I hope this helps, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you very much.